biology world. Today I am going to discuss the third part of our chapter, the living world. So in today's part I am going to discuss on the topic of taxonomic categories. So in the last part of our chapter, I said that there are some terms which are very much necessary for understanding the taxonomic categories. These are taxa, taxonomy. So let me have a quick revision on that. So any rank or category or any category is considered as taxa, or it can be considered as taxon. So taxa is plural and it can be considered as taxon. Now, how do we define taxonomy? So taxonomy is defined as the process of classification of organism into a particular taxa on the basis of characteristics. Another definition of taxonomy is it is defined as a process of identification, nomenclature and classification of living organisms. So let us understand the phenomena of taxonomic category. Now, I said that we classify organisms for their easy studies, but classification is not as simple as it looks. Classification include many hierarchical steps are included in classification, and these steps are considered as a rank, a category, and therefore since they are the category of taxonomy, they are considered as taxonomic categories. And in this taxonomic category, each category is known as taxon or taxa. So let us discuss what are the taxonomic categories. So there are various steps of classification, as I said. So the taxonomic categories include Kip, Co, Fugs. So Kipkofux is the order if you want to memorize it. Now here K stands for kingdom, P stands for phylum. Instead of phylum we can also say division. There is phylum for animal, division for plant, then class, order, family, and G we all know stands for genus and S stands for species. So these are the categories of taxonomy. Since these categories belong to taxonomy, they are considered as taxonomic categories. What are these? Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Instead of phylum we can use division. That is, division is used for plant and phylum is used for animal. Together these categories are also referred to as taxonomy, hierarchy. So we know hierarchy means anything in a proper sequence in comparison to size, or we can say hierarchy means in order, that is in descending order or in ascending order. So here kingdom is the largest category, largest kingdom, whereas species is the smallest category, lowest category. So as we go towards the down, the sequence is descending type, and as we go up it is ascending type. So in order means hierarchy. So together these categories are called as taxonomic hierarchy, or taxonomic category. Both the term can be used, and each category is known as taxon or taxa. For example, we consider this genus, so it is a taxa or taxon, which means in biological level is category. I have already said that taxa means category in biological language. So without further ado, let us study each of these categories in a detailed manner. So it's very simple, it would hardly take 5 minutes to complete this taxonomic categories. Okay. One more basic thing I forgot to explain is that species is the lowest category and kingdom is the highest category. So as we go from down to upward, the category increases, the size increases. Okay. The important thing which should be memorized is higher the taxon, less common the feature would be. Lower the taxon, more common feature would be. So as we go upward from species to kingdom, the similar characteristics between organism decreases. Okay. And as we go downward from kingdom to species, similarities increases. As the similarities increases, evolutionary studies on these organisms can made very easily. Okay, so we can understand the relationship more easily in lower taxonomy and these similarities in higher taxonomy. So the first category of taxonomic category is species. Which is the lowest category. Now what is species? How do we define species category? So species is defined as the group of individual organism. Species is defined as the group of individual organism. In the first part of this chapter, I have said that every organism in itself is a species. And here also we are saying the same thing. The group of individual organism is considered as a species. So the examples which we are going to understand in species are, now here I am going to write some around 8 scientific name. This chapter completely deal with the scientific name, and scientific name play a great role. In class 11th we are going to learn around thousands of scientific names in the upcoming chapter. So from now on, practice this scientific name and try to memorize these scientific names. So the example of species is Solanum tuberosum, Solanum melangena, Solanum nigrum, Panthera leo, Panthera tigris, Panthera pardus. Okay, so these are some scientific names, and as we know, the first term is always genus, the second term is species. Genus, species, genus, species, genus, species, and so on. And they have to be underlined to represent their Latin origin. Okay. Now, as I said, species is defined as a group of related organisms. So, without much thinking, I said that these is species. So here the species are here tuberosum, Melangina, nigrum, leo, tigris, pardis. These all are species. Okay. So these are all are species. So while saying definition, we will say that species are group of related organisms, and without much thinking, in this chapter, avoid to be acting over smart. Actually, the things are working, but if you start thinking much in this chapter, in the earliest chapter, you will definitely get confused. So definition, memorize it. There is nothing to memorize, it is same. It is obvious that species is the group of individual organisms, and the second word represent the species. So in this example, the species are Solanum, tuberosum, Melangina, nigrum, leo, tigris, and pardus. One another example is Homo sapiens. And last is Magnifera indica. Okay, so these are the biological name and scientific name of some organism. So let me write their basic name so that you can memorize it. So Solanum tuberosum is the scientific name of potato. Okay, so I am writing again as a number. So first is Solanum tuberosum. Solanum tuberosum is the scientific name of potato. Solanum melangina is the scientific name of brinjal. And Solanum nigrum is the scientific name of macoy. Panthera leo is the scientific name of lion. Panthera tigris is the scientific name of tiger. Panthera pardus is the scientific name of leopard. Homo sapiens, as you all know, is the scientific name of human being. And the last, Magnifera indica, which we also know is the scientific name of mango, and this is the earliest example of scientific name which we have studied. So these are 8 scientific names and their basic name. Both I have written. You must write this in your notebook and try to memorize it as much as possible, because these words are going to be used again and again. Okay. So moving toward the next category is genus. Genus. So how do we define genus? Genus is defined as the group of related species. Genus is defined as the group of related species. So related species which have more common characteristics, they are interrelated, and group of that species is considered as genus. For example, in the last species example, Panthera leo, Panthera tigris, Panthera pardus. So these all are the group of related species. So genus is considered as the group of related species. Since the genus is same, we can understand that these species are related. Then we can also say, so this is the first example, and another example is for Solanum, Solanum tuberosum, Solanum melangina, Solanum nigrum. So if the genus is same, that is species are related. And what is genus? Genus is defined as the group of related species. These species are related, therefore their genus is same. And in this way we also define what is genus. Next is family. Similarly, family is defined as the group of related genus. So, group of related genus is considered as family. For example, genus Solanum, genus Datura, genus Petunia. So these are Datura and Petunia are the genus which we are going to understand later. These are the genus of some plants. Okay. So group of related genus. So genus Solanum, genus Datura, Petunia are related genus, and they are involved in the family of Solanaceae. Okay. So their family is Solanaceae. Another example which we can mention is genus Panthera and Felidae. Felidae is stand for cat. So genus of cat is considered as sorry. Felidae would be family. Okay, sorry. Now genus Panthera and genus Felis. Felis stand for cat. So Felis is the genus of cat. So Panthera and Felis, they are related genus, and their family is family Felidae. One important thing to remember is, this would surely help you to memorize, that why we are mentioning family. In the last we would mention the term Solanaceae, she, that is ACEAE, that is CEAE. So we will mention Solanaceae, Pollinaceae. So these are some family, and in the last term would be she. And in the so for plant, while mentioning family, the last term would be she, and in animal, while mentioning family, the last term would be D, that is Felidae. So the last term would be they, that is they, DEAE. So this is a very important thing to memorize. We are coming to the next concept and you will understand the importance of this. So it will help you to memorize the terms more easily. She for plant family and D for animal family. Moving to the another category. Order. How do we define order? Exactly. Group of related family is considered as order. For example, family Solanaceae. Solanaceae. And Convoluaceae. Okay, so order is defined as the group of related family. So Solanaceae is one family, Convoluaceae is another family. Both are related, and so their order will be Polemonian. Polemonians. Okay, and the next example in the order would be family Canidae and family Felidae. Canidae stand for dog, Felidae stand for cat. So family is the dog family. Canidae is dog family, Felidae is cat family. So Canidae and Felidae, these are related family. So their order would be order Carnivora. So these all examples which I am mentioning in species, family, genus, order, their concepts such as polynomials, carnivora, all are important. You have to memorize all of them because they directly come in exam. For example, they will directly ask what are the family which are included in the order Polynomials, or to which order does the family Convoluaceae belong. So they can ask anything. The next rank or category is class. And how do we define class? Class is defined as the group of related order. So group of related order comes under class. For example, okay, so these are class. Okay, class Primata, class Carnivora. So these are orders. So group of related order would consider as class, and they belong to class Mammalia. They belong to class Mammalia. most common term which we have heard. The term order includes animal like monkey, gibbon, and gorilla. So these are, I say, the organisms included in order Primata. So these two are order, they are interrelated, so they belong to class Mammalia. Next taxa would be phylum. Now we are considering for animal. We are not going to talk about plant, at least in this chapter. So phylum. So how do you define phylum? So phylum is defined as the group of related classes. Group of related classes belong to phylum. For example, in kingdom Animalia, the phylum Chordata. Which phylum? Phylum Chordata. Phylum Chordata has group of related classes. So how to memorize these classes? This is remember as by the sequence of param. Param. P stands for species, apes, reptile, amphibia, and mammal. So what is, first of all, what is phylum? Group of related classes is defined as phylum. Okay. So these are related classes and they belong to phylum Chordata. Okay. So Chordata is the phylum and these species, amphibia, reptile, apes and mammals are the classes. Last category of taxa, that is the highest category, is kingdom. So kingdom is the highest category. And with very less similar characteristics, because as I say, as we go towards the higher category, common character decreases. As we go toward the lowest category, common character similarities increases. So kingdom is defined as the group of related phylum. Okay. For example, kingdom Animalia. It includes phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Chordata. So these all phylum are included in kingdom Animalia. Okay. So we say kingdom Animalia, which involves phylum. So there are approximately 12 phylum, but I am mentioning 3 phylum, that is Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora. So these are related phylum. So from this we have concluded taxonomic category: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Now slowly just memorize it, read the NCERT, and slowly you will understand the world from now on in a better way. And this is the most interesting chapter. So it might be a bit confusing in the starting, but hopefully now I think that you are understanding something, you are understanding the relationship. Okay, and now you will completely understand once I draw a table. So let me draw a table in which I will first write the name of the organism and then classify them into kingdom, phylum, family, genus, species, and all those. And this table is mentioned in the NCERT, but still I am mentioning it here. Okay, so you have understand the concept of taxonomic category. Now, so if we take biological name, anything biological name or scientific name, both are same. The first biological or scientific name I would refer to is Homo sapiens or human being. Homo sapiens. Now we would dissect this scientific name into its taxonomic category. So starting from again in this sequence, K stands for kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So Homo sapien is the scientific name of human beings. Where so what would be the sapiens in the term Homo sapiens? So species. So what would be the species in this term? The species would be sapien. What would be the genus in this term? The genus would be Homo. Now you have to memorize this concept. You have understand of genus and the species. So what would be the family? Family, order, class, phylum, kingdom of different organism. You have to memorize it. Genus and species we can find it while seeing the term. So what would be the family? The family of human is Humanidae. And as I said while talking about the family of any organism unless plant, any organism rather than plant, we will use the term at the last for the family, that is D. So here also I am using the term D, Humanidae. Okay. For plant we will use the term she in the last of the family. Okay. So the family will be Hominidae. Order would be, as we studied, Primata. Class would be Mammalia. Phylum would be Chordata, and kingdom is Animalia. Now this kingdom is not mentioned in our NCERT. They have mentioned till kingdom, till phylum. Okay. Next scientific name is Musca domestica. So Musca domestica is the scientific name of housefly. So what we say housefly in scientific terms? As Musca domestica. Now, Musca domestica. Species would be Domestica. Genus would be Musca. Family would be Muscidae. Muscidae. Order would be Spindles. Class would be Insecta. And phylum would be Arthropoda, jointed legs. Kingdom would be Animalia. Phylum would be Arthropoda. Class would be Insecta. Order would be Spindles. Family would be Muscidae. Genus and species we can refer it from our term. So I've written order wrong. Spindle is the order of plant, Magnifera indica. So order would be Dipteria. Okay. Order would be Dipteria. Okay. So the next scientific term which I am mentioning is 2 for animal, 2 for plant. Magnifera indica. What is Magnifera indica? What is Magnifera indica? Magnifera indica stands for mango. So species would be indica. It must be written in a small letter. Magnifera would be genus. Family would be Anacardiaceae. Anacardiaceae. And as I say, for plants we use the term she in last. While mentioning family, order would be Spandrels. Class would be Dicotyledon. Phylum would be Angiosperm. Kingdom Plantae. Angiosperm or Angiosperma, both are same thing. Next scientific name is Avesticon triticum. Avesticon triticum is the scientific name of wheat. So species would be triticum and genus would be Avesticon. And family would be Poaceae for wheat. Family would be okay. So family would be Poaceae. Poaceae. The last term is she for plants. Order would be Poles or Poales, we can say. Class would be Monocotyledon. Phylum would be Angiosperm or Angiosperma. Kingdom would be Plantae. Now I think and I hope that hopefully you are understanding the overall concept of this taxonomy category, and you can feel that this is very much important. So revise what I have taught you from the beginning of the chapter, especially the third lecture, very much important, the taxonomic categories. Just summarizing, in the taxonomic categories we understand the ranks and categories of taxonomy, that is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. This first of all you learned this in your, the concept of this you have studied in class 9, now you are again studying in class 11, so it would not be much harder. So you know the concepts of kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, because you have studied in it in your class 9. And then I mentioned 4 scientific names, and then I have written complete taxonomic category of each scientific name. For Homo sapien, taxonomic category Musculomysica, taxonomic category Magnifera indica, Avesticon triticum. I have written the taxonomic category for these 4 examples. Then I am trying my best, and I am saying you from now on start memorizing the scientific name. I have also writing the basic name or local name of the organism for which I am mentioning the scientific name. So local name of Homo sapien would be human. We call it as human, and no, we are not generally we don't call Homo sapien. This is the language of science and scientific name. Okay, so enough for today. I think today's class got a bit longer. So thank you. Just memorize it, watch this video again and again, and understand all the concepts of taxonomic category. Subscribe to my channel Biology World and share this video as much as possible so that student who need this concept could understand it. Thank you.